My name is Jason J. Rock Houston, and this is Guitarist TV. We got my good friend once again, Mick Michaels from the band Corners of Sanctuary. Now, Mick, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, you're always busy with something, and if you're not busy at Corners of Sanctuary, you got something else now. One of the things you recently emailed me about is you're in this, I don't know if it's a band or recording project. Let's talk about these stories.
Oh, the On the Streets
On the
project.
streets, I'm sorry, on the streets. And the song is, I guess, the single is "City of Brotherly Love."
Yeah. So late last year, I was approached about working on this project. It was more of a personal piece for the other artist, and we're both from the Philadelphia area, and he's kind of involved in helping with those that maybe are struggling, maybe the less fortunate, some of the homeless stuff, and there's a lot of going on in the city. So this was a way to help kind of create some awareness and do some musician outreach, right? Artist outreach. So we collaborated on the song. He had some melodies and some guitar parts together, and I wrote some lyrics, and we just worked on it. We did some guitar work together, and we had this single coming out, and pretty excited about it because it's a little different than what I'm
I gotta
usually
say,
doing.
for Corners of Sanctuary fans, this is quite a little different. But I think again, what I dig about that is it shows your talent as both a writer and a guitar player and a musician overall. That you can do various different types of music, but you're not just a one-trick pony, as they say.
Yeah, well, I guess. I mean, I like other kinds of music other
Sure,
than just
sure,
that,
yeah,
of course, But now
yeah,
this was a you know a piece that we could express ourselves as artists, and
yeah,
really kind of get into it. And I had a great time working on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be involved in future stuff, but for right now, I
yeah,
am.
yeah.
And the song seems to be getting some good response. So I'm kind of excited about that.
And so, are there any plans to do, like you said, you don't know too much what the future holds for this, but has there been any talk of maybe writing other songs, doing any live performances, or is it kind of just wait and see?
I think it's wait and see. There was some talk about some additional music, and it's not an album or anything per
Yeah,
se. Like probably more like as singles come along because each of us are involved in other projects as well. So, but I don't foresee any live stuff happening.
yeah,
But then again, you never say never, right?
yeah,
Because you
yeah.
never know what's going to happen. So.
And so, as far as writing some of the lyrics, what's your perspective on this song? I mean, like, did you kind of write it based on things you've seen in Philadelphia with homeless people on the street, or that you encounter every day, or just
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like from what I've seen,
yeah,
and I've actually, been fortunate enough to talk to people that had those experiences. So, and being someone who likes to write, and I'm kind of like an observant. I like to really listen to what they're talking about
mhm,
and utilize that for some of my writing. Like, just to give you an example, like for Heroes Never Die, the Corners of Sanctuary album, a lot of that was written from stories that my grandfather used to tell me when I was a kid about his time in World War II.
yeah.
So there was a lot of reflection on that when I went to write that album. I was like, well, these stories are still, they're so vivid, and I wasn't there, but he was able to describe them in such a way that it just kind of it was impactful. So
How many of us have those stories or those experiences? I mean, I can remember my grandfather's no longer with us. Telling similar stories about being in the war, and he'd always make it seem, like at least from a child's perspective, I guess, when I first heard these stories, much bigger than maybe what it actually was. But they were so, as a child, you hear those kind of stories, and it's so larger than life, if you will.
yeah, I do. I have to say that one of the things that I definitely can replay in my memory every time my grandfather told the stories, because my grandfather's passed as well.
Yeah,
Um, there was definitely, he was proud of what he did
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
that time, and that's something that you don't see often. So in a lot of the writing, there is that proudness, even though they're facing some
hardship.
scars at the
Yeah,
time. But there's an the pride that they felt in doing what they were there to do with
Yeah.
no reservation about it. It's just an amazing. Again, that's why they're called the greatest generation, right?
Yeah. And talking about, the unfortunate and the homeless and that a little more. I mean, it's not just there in Philadelphia where you are. It's here in Los Angeles where I am. It's in New York, San Francisco. I mean, it's all over the place. And it
It's everywhere.
seems like it's getting worse instead of better. And I think that's for a lot of reasons because I think, if we're honest, a lot of us, maybe even when we were younger, had a certain idea of what homelessness was. Well, these people, they don't want to work or whatever. So, that's why they're homeless. But if you really kind of research it and the more you learn about it, you know, maybe there's some of that. Maybe a lot of them are suffering mental illness. A lot of them are suffering, a drug addiction. And then I think when the government thinks they're helping and they want to give these people needles to go get high on the street, stuff like that's not really helping. It makes it worse in a way.
In a way, it does. Yeah. I mean, they're trying by trying to control it. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's an enabling that it doesn't, offer any advantage or option to get out of it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not one to pass judgment. I'm just
No,
thinking. I
no,
mean,
no.
you know, just the aware. If more and more people become aware and offer a helping hand, and a helping hand could be helping these people get more educated
Yeah.
or being inspired or building up their confidence because sometimes the system itself. I mean, and again, like you said, there could be a
Million
multitude
reasons why.
of reasons
Yeah.
why you're there. It could
Yeah.
be economical, it could be social, it could be environmental, it could be medical, it
Just
could be
simply having no family. Maybe you're all alone in the world. Maybe you're,
yeah. And then, of course, over the last 3 years when the world was rocked with COVID and people lost their jobs and lost their homes and lost their financial security. I mean, a lot of people were forced to do that. And it's
yeah.
I mean,
COVID
the last
taught,
time I was
all the
in
lockdowns
LA,
taught us a lot of stuff. I mean, it made you realize for the first time, a lot of people that, never thought they would be put in such a position, they counted they'd always have that job. Wasn't going to happen to them. But
right.
then you realize, like they say, you lose a job and you don't find another one real quick. You're like one paycheck away, a lot of people from being homeless.
Yep. Oh, I agree with you. And I think that, as a society, if we can give back, I think that's what we should be able to do as much as we can. And I mean, I'm not a political activist, and I don't think
Oh,
artists should try to get too involved in
yeah,
that.
I'm with you there.
If
Yeah,
if we could give back and create some awareness through the music and our art form, I think that's probably more beneficial than me trying to
yeah,
convince a group of people to go to one party over the
yeah.
other or lobby for this
I
because I
mean,
don't know what I'm talking about.
I
You
mean,
know
let's
what I
let's
mean?
be let's be honest, Mick. I mean, a lot of people that are going to be watching this once we post it. I mean, maybe just the fact that they're a Mick Michaels fan, Corners Sanctuary fan, they find out you're involved with this, this song. They're going to go check it out right away. And there's a huge percentage of those fans going to just simply dig it because it's a cool song. Maybe you give them something to think about they might not have otherwise thought about, especially when they learn what the song's about. And that's pretty cool. I dig when music gets involved, and not that you're into being political, but it's more about bringing people together, kind of making people aware of something. I think that's really cool when you can do that with music.
Yeah, I agree. It's community is what I think. And if anybody does want to get involved, um, we have partnered with a uh, a, a regional Philadelphia area um, provider, so to speak. They're a nonprofit organization called Savage Sister, and you can do donations through them because we were able to put together a bunch of packages from On These Streets and provide them with I can't
See, that's
on the
pretty cool right there. You're taking one more step and just creating a great song. I mean, you're making people aware of it, through the song. So I think that's really a fun way to do it.
well, I'd have to say that a lot of that credit goes to my partner on this that I did with the song, John Payne, um, guitarist, great guitar player, um, uh, great engineer, in the studio and stuff. So a lot of this was his initial idea, and he's really at the forefront of pushing this. And I'm just lending as much support as
And
I
so,
possibly
is
can.
John somebody you've known for a real long time, or did you just recently connect
No,
with him?
no, I've known him for quite a long time. And so when he contacted me to say, let's get, if if you're free, if we're able to do this project, I knew it was going to be something really good. So
Yeah.
and I am hoping that we get to do more, but like I said, with his schedule, my schedule, everything that's going on, we don't know. But listen, my hope is that we can. That the song seems to be making some headway. Give it some time to permeate.
Yeah, sure.
And then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens.
And then, of course, as far as Corners of Sanctuary, you guys are touring all over the place. You're out there promoting the expanded edition of Metal to Metal. So let's talk a little bit about that. You got a cool video out for Breaking the Law. Now, I'm not really surprised that you guys finally picked a Judas Priest cover, because you told me what a great, huge Priest fan you are. So I tell you, you guys just killed it with the video and the song. I love the video.
Yeah. We wanted to do something kind of fun, and and of course, like prison oriented, so to speak, and like being able to pull some footage from a Buster Keaton movie, I think is phenomenal. I mean, he's hilarious. I mean, and he's amazing physical act. Was amazing physical act. So I thought it was really cool the way we were able to put that together. But we've jumped in this past year or so, year and 18 months, last 18 months, we've jumped into the kind of the cover bandwagon type of thing. And we're having fun with it. And we did the Judas Priest song, and a lot of people, we weren't really aware of this, but a lot of the audience was like, they've been waiting for us to do a Judas Priest cover, but no one ever really said it. Like, we never really heard it, because we talk about Priest all the time. But
I'm kind of surprised you didn't do a Kiss song, but I do think Judas Priest makes sense, because I know, especially as your guitar heroes Glenn and KK, I think it does make sense to do a Judas Priest song first.
Well, believe it or not, we did talk about Kiss songs, and we had them all over the place. So you know what I mean? I would love to do Strutter myself, but then you had someone say, well, let's do Lick It Up. It's a little bit more modern, and so who knows? Listen, like I said, this is still new territory for us.
Now, do you think part of a struggle for you guys to maybe agree on a Kiss song, for example, which one to do? Because maybe they're like, well, Corners of Sanctuary is a metal band. We want to do something more metal. I mean, you could even do something maybe like Deuce or Strange Ways or even Parasite or something like that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Listen, like I said, I'm a Strutter, Come and Love Me, Detroit Rock City Kiss guy. You know what I mean, Mr. Speed. And then I know Frankie likes a lot of the non-makeup stuff.
I gotta tell you, Mr. Speed. Yeah, Mr. Speed is one of my all-time favorite songs. I mean, very underrated song, but I always love that song. Got my hand in my rocket.
Yeah, that's a great song. Great song. But I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
It's funny you bring that up, because I remember you talking to me about, you struggled for years about not wanting to, ever even consider doing a cover, and then you had the success with the Def Leppard EP. But I think you did it the right way, Mick, and I'll tell you why. Because I mean, at this point in your career, you guys are going on your 11th year now. I mean, I don't think anybody doubts what a great songwriter Mick Michaels is. I mean, you've definitely got the skill to write good songs, and for most of your career, that's what it's been. And so you're at a point in your career where if you want to have a little fun and throw out a fun little cover, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And it's good to hear, but a lot of the fans apparently don't either.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but yeah, that's kind of where we've gotten to. I mean, like I said before, the time dealing with the pandemic and everything, it kind of gave us insight to say, hey, listen, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not like I think I mentioned it the last time, and you just said it, but I mean, I have plenty of original music. It's not like we've never done it. We didn't come out of the gate, and our first album was 5 covers and 3 originals. We're throwing them out there. We're peppering them in after all these years, and we're having some fun with them. We really are. It's just kind
of. I will say this, that when people listen to Corners of Sanctuary, the overall body of your work, I mean, you guys do sound a lot more closer, I would say, to your Priest influence than maybe your Kiss influence. But if you listen to if you look at your writing style all throughout your career, I mean, very much like Kiss. I mean, you guys do different types of songs, and that's kind of that influence, I think. So you guys are all kind of all over the place with your influences.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, the four guys in the band, I mean, we like metal and we all like different kinds of metal. And then we have other interests as well, you
Sure,
know?
sure.
So, I mean, and like Kiss came up through the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and, they, you name
Well,
it.
the Beatles make sense because even
The
I heard
birth of,
Gina, yeah, I heard Gina Paul over used to say they've always thought of Kiss like as a hard rock Beatles. The Beatles
yeah,
were there. The Beatles and the Who, that was like their main influence.
yeah.
And you can hear that in a lot of Kiss songs.
Yeah, I think, listen, I mean, we've talked about this before. I think it's more than just doing metal and then
Yeah,
getting caught in that tunnel. It's about writing good songs, right?
sure, sure.
Good songs, regardless of the genre. And if me be wanting to be a better songwriter, because I'm still,
Yeah, yeah.
you gravitate towards like something that resonates with, hey, that's a great song. What did they do? How did they do that? I wish I wrote Strutter.
I'll give you a great example of that. I mean, like somebody put on the latest Corners Sanctuaries album, and then they put on, they listen to the song "City Brotherly Love." They might by listening with your ears, they might have no idea it was the same guitar player or the same guy that wrote the songs. However, as a that's kind of what you want as a songwriter, be able to write whatever type of song that somebody throws at you, or somebody says, "Hey, could you write me a song like this?" Oh, sure.
Right. I agree with you. That diversity, I think, is very important. I think it's probably more important now because of the oversaturation of the market
Yeah.
and how things pop up and disappear within an instant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody wants instant gratification and they want something new yesterday. So being I don't think that uh crossing genre lines is as bad as it
No,
once was in
no.
terms of like say selling out or losing your
Yeah, yeah.
focus or something. I think it's kind of more acceptable now because the audience is so massive you can get lost in the shuffle. So you're trying to by crossing those lines, you're cross promoting and you're giving other artists as well as yourself the
And I
opportunity.
mean, I remember last time, towards the end of last year, I interviewed you about the Christmas album, and you were telling me, yeah, you guys have this tradition where each year you record one or two new like Christmas songs, and it's become a tradition. You're saying the funny thing is, a lot of people know nothing about Corners of Sanctuary when we release, whatever the latest Christmas single is. They're digging that, and they're just discovering the band just through the Christmas music. And you
Oh,
were telling me for those 4 weeks in December, we probably get more spin with the Christmas music than we do the rest of the year.
We really do because we get played on both internet radio and regular radio on stations or programming that we normally wouldn't. And we've had a lot of people get
Discover the
into
band just through
the
that,
band
right?
or
Yeah.
Christmas songs. Yeah. I mean, listen, I still laugh this to today that, Trans-Siberian Orchestra is Sabotage, but you go to a TSO concert and there's people of all ages, senior citizens and little kids and everybody in between, where, 30 years ago, those people wouldn't have been in the.
I bet those people in the TSO audience, if you were to bring a Sabotage CD and give it to them, they'd be like, "Oh, no way, there's no way this is the same band."
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So it's listen, holiday music is safe,
yeah.
but there's something inspirational about
What
it,
about
and
it? Yeah.
where everybody kind of connects.
I mean, and then see about some of your Christmas songs that you guys have done is some are really kind of you know metal-esque, and then some are just like real joyful kind of little fun pop tunes, and that's all right too, because it is like that special time of the year. And what I love about some people just discovering Corner Sanctuary that way for the first time is then they go back and they discover the other albums.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's and again, I think it's just a testament to our model and sense that like, hey, listen, we're not just caught in this box or in this
yeah,
tunnel. We don't have tunnel vision ourselves, and we're having a good time with it because we're doing what we like to do. We're
yeah.
not trying to be somebody or something that we're not.
And see, and going back to what you're talking about at the top interview about the on these streets and the City Brotherly Love song. um you're always touring, you're always involved in something, and like just so people understand, you guys have been like you've done shows, I know, with Enough's Enough, except so um, that's pretty cool to be in a place in life where, maybe your band's not at the level of, say, a Bon Jovi, but you guys are constantly doing shows. You're constantly putting product out there for your fans. And I think, success is different things that different people make it. It's got to be to you a great place in life to be where you're actually able to make a living doing what you love doing. You don't really have anybody looking over your shoulder, telling you what to do. It's your band. You kind of do what you want. You have other guys to work with, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, we've been very fortunate and we're very grateful about that. And I think, doing this for a number of years, we've learned what we don't want and what we don't want to be involved in. So we just make the choices that work best for us,
Yeah.
in terms of for the four members. But then there's other, we consider our families as well.
Sure,
I mean, it's
sure.
important. And like I said, the fact that we get to keep doing music is and is success to us. And like you said, success nowadays for us is doing how we want to do it, when we want to do it, and enjoying it.
Yeah.
We have two more US shows this coming weekend. We're playing back-to-back shows outside of Philadelphia. And then we're going to do we have a month of rehearsal, and then we're heading to the UK for a 10-day tour.
Oh, wow.
And it's taken us 3 years to get back there because of because of the COVID and the shutdown and the fall starts. And then when we get back, we're opening for Loudness, we're opening for Spread Eagle, we're doing 4 appearances, 4 different states for the Sonar Fest throughout the summer. So we're going to be continuing working on our next album along with some other material. So we're doing exactly what we set out to do when we were 12.
Yeah, yeah, and the reason I bring that all up is because, I mean, if you stop and think about some of those people that we were talking about, earlier, these homeless people that, really struggling just to get through each and every day of life. Can you imagine if they could switch places with you for one day, and they could go in and record a song, they had a guitar, they could write a song, they could get their song on the internet, and millions of people here, go play a show. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. Not everybody is as fortunate as we are. I mean, I have a job too where I work with disabled people, but I tell you what, worked the same job for the last 15 years, love it. I'm able to make a pretty good living doing it. I'm not a millionaire or anything like that, but I'm happy. I'm doing what I like doing. Not everybody has that story to tell. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, I feel very blessed.
Yeah.
And I do thank God every day about it.
Sure,
And I
sure.
thank my wife and I thank my children for supporting me. I tell the guys in the band quite often, I appreciate them helping me live this dream, and I think they share the sentiment as well. And that's why I feel that we have to give back as much as we can.
Yeah.
I don't talk about a lot of the things that I do, but I do try to get involved in my personal community when possible. I make a point to do it throughout the year
Yeah.
because I'm in my own life. I had struggles and I was at
Sure,
certain
sure.
points, and there were people that helped me, and I felt that it was it's only right that what do they
Pay
say?
forward, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think being involved in this the single City of Brotherly Love on these streets, I mean, to me was I mean, I didn't even have to hear what the whole project was about. I says I'm on, just let
Yeah.
me know what you need from me.
Yeah.
And we tried to turn it around as much as we can. I mean, like I was involved in the Here and Now project back at the beginning of COVID and the year following. So I'll do what I can, and I think I think it behooves an artist to do so.
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah.
So.
And so, when do you guys leave for Europe? I mean, how excited are you for that?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, I won't. I'll be more excited as we draw closer because we still have 2 more shows to do here, and then we got a lot of rehearsal and stuff like that. But it's been in the forefront of my mind, so I've been, I'm excited about. I'm excited about getting back. It's taken us 3 years, and we're going to finish what we started there. We promised that we would come back.
Finish what you started, right? Yeah.
That's the whole tour name, and so we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be
And
great.
with that being said, Mick, being that you haven't been in Europe for the last 3 years, I mean, is it going to be really hard to come up with a set list? Like, I guess what I'm asking, how much of a new album is going to be in the set list versus some of the classic stuff?
No, I don't think it's no. We have we've already put in. I mean, over the since we haven't been there. I mean, there's going to be stuff from Blood and Steel in there. There's going to be stuff from our new
Metal.
EP. And then I think Breaking the Law, since especially we're going to be in the UK, Breaking the
There
Law.
you go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
yeah.
there's going to be plenty of stuff. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of stuff that wasn't on, even some of the old stuff that we've brought back and
Yeah, yeah.
redone is in the set. So there, and we have a couple alternate sets. So we're going to cycle through a few of them over the course of the 10 days.
Yeah,
So
I bet those European fans can't wait for you guys to get over there. That's going to be fun, and we'll
oh, it's
have to
going to
have.
be, yeah, I can't wait. I can't
Yeah,
wait. It's
I'll
going to
have to have you back once you guys come back from a tour and see how it went. Because I think it's going to be a real fun tour for you guys.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, well, Mick, as usual, it's been fun talking to you. Is there anything else you'd like to let the folks know about, or where they can find you online?
Nah, listen, I want to thank everyone for their constant support. Like again, it's like, it sounds like it's a shtick or a cliche type of thing, but without the fans, most bands don't have a leg to stand
Sure,
on. So
sure.
thank you. If you want to support the UK tour, we do have a GoFundMe. The band is finances the entire project on its own, but
That's
you can
cool.
go to our webpage or our Facebook page, www.cornersofsanctuary.com, or facebook.com at Corners of Sanctuary, all one word, capital C, capital S, and you can donate there. And check out our new. We have some videos and we have some video audio visualizers or whatever they're
Yeah,
called.
and you guys are on YouTube, right? If people want to just go
Yeah,
and check out your body of work.
check out
Yeah.
some of the EP for free. So check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
And final question for a day, Mick, before I let you go. As you already stated, I know you're already thinking towards the next album. Do you think that'll be out later this year or maybe next year? Because I know you guys are like sometimes every 3 months or something like that working on.
Well, we do have some singles that we're going to release a couple more singles from the extended EP. And then there's actually bonus, like if you buy the actual physical CD, there's
Okay.
a PQ code or QR code, whatever they're called, that you can
Yeah.
scan and get a couple extra.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll have some, we are working on the new album. Our hope was to have it done by the end of the year. Already our summer's booked up with play showing, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to finish it. However, we are having some more singles come out through the.
As far as the end of the year, I'm sure we'll get at least a new Christmas song or two, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, by August we'll be in the studio recording the song to be released in November. So yeah, there'll be new music this year as the year continues, but album either by the end of the year or first quarter
Yeah,
next.
I was just kind of joking about that because, as I like to say, I know you guys. Speaking about Kiss, they used to put out an album every 3 months. I know you guys are constantly working on new stuff.
Yeah, we're doing we keep ourselves moving. I know we have the album and we're just doing vocals right now, and that should be done. But we're also writing other new material, and we're piecemealing that as we'll go into the studio to record vocals, and if we have like an extra hour or something, we'll lay down some bass tracks and stuff like that for this.
Well, that's definitely something to look forward to. Well, Mick, I enjoy doing it this way now. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This will be probably getting posted in the next week or two. I'll let you know as soon as it goes up. Thanks, my friend. You have a great rest of the day, and have fun on that Finish What You Started tour.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Appreciate it. Be safe.
Anytime. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.